abuse isn't acceptable. Full stop. Like that's where this is a really easy slam dunk for these dudes to answer. Should a marriage end when it gets abusive, whether for the woman or the man? And the answer is easy. It's yes. A relationship isn't something where there should be an
The reason why I won't call him back is because the last time I hooked up with him, he still plays that game, and I don't like it.
Don't say hooked up with him.
Yeah,
that's
that
not the
was
right
weird.
verbiage. The last time I hung out with him.
Oh,
Yeah, guys don't usually say hook up with other guys.
we fucked.
Oh. Be more clear about this.
Sorry,
Yeah.
The reason why I won't call him back is because.
phase. If there's an abusive partner, that partner needs to seek legitimate help and get help for controlling whatever violent urges or impulses they have. But that doesn't mean that the other partner needs to stay in the relationship while they're getting that.
Oh, I was gonna watch the iDubbbz apology. People have been so angry about this that I want to watch it and I want to see for myself what he said, because there's been so much discourse about this on the internet. What the fuck, man? People have been losing their minds.
For a while, I felt like if I changed my content over time, that people would see that as a reflection of who I am and what I value. But I'm starting to realize that that is a very weak and passive way to, run my channel and live my life. So I think it's, if I'm going to have the balls to go to Tana's fan meetup and say slurs at her and then make a video about how it's okay to say slurs.
Oh yeah, he took
I
the
think I
picture
should
with
have
her.
the balls to make an apology video and take accountability for the mistakes I made. So that's what this video is.
Okay.
I've realized that I need to be crystal clear about what I believe, so there's no room for ambiguity. I am responsible for creating a lot of hurtful and damaging content on this channel. And I've also created a culture of...
I think if you want to talk about if slurs are hurtful and damaging, you can have a whole conversation about that. But I would say a lot of the content cop type stuff, yeah, it probably upset the people that it was about. But something can be hurtful and it's also true. I mean, damn. Because it's a lot of people really appreciated videos like that because they would have content creators that were fucking assholes, and then iDubbbz would make a video about it and make them look like a fucking asshole. And then everybody's like, yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Apathy and, I don't know, a lot of cruelty as well. Some of the videos I've made have been very, not edgy. I don't think they some of these videos were edgy. I think they were just outright cruel. So I don't want people to, get it confused about...
Well, I think that's something that's very popular on YouTube in general, right? It's harassing people. Now you see this all the time on on Twitter, where it's you've got people that are they're they make a live stream, and there's this one guy who was talking about he was gonna, some weird dude in Japan, and he was talking about how he was gonna do another Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and he's talking to people on the train about how they're Japan is dumb or something like that. Yeah, it's just some dumbass shit, right? And that's just that's the kind of content obnoxious weird 14-year-old kids watch. So it's not that stuff is on at all. criticism video on a content creator, and some of the things they say go too far. Like I remember, I think the Sunny video on Ninja was like that. I think also the first video Sunny made about Boogie 2988 was like that. Where like some of the comments were just like this is not criticism. This is just like you insulting this person, right? So like where does that line get drawn? It's always hard to say, and usually, the problem is that people usually try to hand wave harassment as criticism whenever they don't like the person, and then they try to hand wave criticism as harassment whenever they do like the person. So it's very hard to know where the line is. Obviously didn't have any accountability online whatsoever on my end. That was morally grandstanding, and I think isn't fine any better than any of these people that I was thinking about. I agree with this to an extent, because one thing that I don't like about people on the internet is that they have like this sense of moral superiority where they think they can talk down to other people for making content that they feel like isn't good enough, or it's not up to their standards, as if their standards are anything that anybody else has to meet to begin with. So I kind of do agree with this, that you have like these people on the internet that have like this misplaced sense of self-importance that everything needs to live up to their expectations, and whenever it doesn't, they make posts about it, they shit on it, they get mad about it, but at the end of the day, just leave those people alone and they'll leave you alone. I think that's what's smart. Chatter's events today. No, I understand that a lot of people don't like audios now because of the apology. As I said, I think I'll try to give it a fair take and just go through it and talk about it, one step at a time. But yeah, sure, I can see what you're saying. I'm not. I'm a human, being human, who makes mistakes, and I make a different set of mistakes than the people I was making videos on, but it doesn't matter. I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate. It's also, I don't know if I'd have to go back and watch the content comps and look at each individual thing that was said, because if I remember a lot of the content comp videos specifically, a lot of them were like, I would say like mostly at least factual. Like there were things that this person did that was bad or stupid or disingenuous or fake or abusive, stuff like that. And I think also there is a point where question mark content comps or actually this content he mentioned content comp. And again, like I have not watched every single iDubbbz video. Okay, I haven't seen every single one. I've seen some of the content comps, so that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think it really depends on what the individual thing that was said is. Because again, the content comps are very popular. You gotta think about it like this. The reason why those content comp videos were extremely popular is because what was said in those videos resonated with a lot of people. Good or bad. Keep that in mind. Because if nobody agreed with him, then he wouldn't have been making content, and they wouldn't have been popular videos. Andrew Tate, yes, true. Probably because videos have millions of views, this community was taking it too far. Well, that's also another problem whenever you criticize a content creator, is that whenever you do that, what ends up happening is that content creator now is like, you give, there are a lot of people on the internet that are looking for acceptable targets. These are people who want to be abusive, but they want an excuse to do it so they can feel good about being abusive. They're looking for martyrs. They are looking for somebody to string up on the cross of mercy. And fundamentally, these people are hostile, malicious, bad people, but they do it under the premise of, making somebody take accountability. Like anybody's like accountability for what? Like making a stupid comment on the internet. Like what are you really talking about accountability for? But yeah, but they think that they're doing a good thing. is that I don't think that it's a coincidence that everybody started to grow a conscience at the same time. I think the reason why you don't see really edgy content like the original iDubbbz content anymore is because it's not monetizable. That's the only reason. And if it wasn't for that, you would still have people saying you would still have people saying all kinds of crazy shit. So I think any sort of apology for this kind of stuff makes kind of hollow whenever you realize that everybody somehow became socially aware at the coincidental same time that brands and sponsorships came into the space. I mean, come on. It's almost like people grew up and they're no longer shitheads. I don't believe it. I don't believe that people grew up and aren't shitheads. And I'm not talking about iDubbbz specifically. iDubbbz might have. I've never spoken to iDubbbz privately before, so I don't know him. But I actually think the majority of people are just not saying what they really think. But if there were no rules, they would. Give a man a mask and he'll tell you what he really thinks.
Yeah, I don't know why.
And I think it's the same thing. Look at the crazy shit that happens on Kick, the crazy shit that's happening now on Twitter, crazy shit that happens on 4chan. Any open space where people don't have the opportunity to monetize their content, all of this negative, like super toxic slurs, all this kind of stuff comes out instantaneously. So I think that that's what that's what a lot of the underpinning of people's resentment is that they were a fan base that were being pandered to through edgy content, for better or for worse. And now, content creators are moving past that edgy content. But because there are so many people that have done that, and in my opinion, a disingenuous way, because they're really only doing it to be brand safe, these people feel like they effectively got sold out, which is pretty much what happened. You see what I'm saying? Most people change throughout their life. No, bro, but like, do you think that it's... I completely agree with you. But don't you find it to be a coincidence that everybody happened to change in the same way at the same time? And money just happened to be involved with that. Come on. Come on. I'm not really trying to say that he's lying. I want this to be very, very clear. I don't know iDubbbz. I don't know if this is authentic or not. It seems like it is, but I'm talking about in general. That's when I was calling out the inorganic aspect of the cultural shift. Pretty obvious. It's very inorganic, and the cultural shift is created by content creators that astroturf their content on purpose to make it appear brand friendly. It's not because they have a conscience over it. It's not because they care about it. And Twitch did the same thing. You used to be able to say the N-word and the F-word on Twitch. Absolutely. And guess what happened? After the advertisers came in, you weren't able to do that anymore. It's a coincidence, I agree. It doesn't apply to everyone. You've said that. I'm just trying to get more emphasis. Oh yeah, definitely people do change over time. But it's not just YouTube that changes. It's society that changes. In general, people's culture, etc. All that hypertroit is an era. I don't agree with that. I actually think it was more like in 2012 era. I think in 2016 was closer as well. I would say the 2016 like Trump election and like that whole like culture thing that happened was a response to like cancel culture and stuff like that. So I actually don't think 2016 was any sort of golden age for like edginess. Absolutely, like 2009 was, 2011 was, but not 2016. Okay, like I'm 32. On the internet. Trust me, it was. So anyway, I'm going kind of off on tangent. I actually don't think that it's been that big of a cultural shift. I really don't think so. Because if I join a COD lobby now, people are spamming each other with the N-word. If I go on Twitter or random Discord, people are saying all kinds of crazy shit. All the time. And the only reason, and the only places that they don't do it are places where they would get banned for doing it. That's the difference. It's not that people don't do it, it's that people get banned for doing it. I just want to, the only emphasis that I'm trying to draw here is that the change is not internal. It is an external force that is making the change occur. Does that make sense? Okay, good. I just saw Arthur imagine culture changes organically over the years. Internet is still so young, so it's weird to say it's inorganic. I do think that. So you're definitely right to an extent, and there is. I think that what you're saying has some validity to it. I just don't think that the change is as dramatic as you might be making it out to be. Because I do agree with you that the majority of people on the internet in 2010 was a much more demographic. And now you have everybody on the internet. And because everybody is on the internet, then you're going to have a cultural shift. Absolutely. But I do think that in terms of content being made, it is not a coincidence that we're still getting social media at the exact same time as monetization. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. I don't think it's but it's still something that I should remember. And I don't want to interpret that as an excuse, but I think that is relatable to creators who maybe struggle with the same thing. I'm not confident in entertainment, and I think I've made videos that I think were just more hostile and more negative than they wanted to be. For sure, I've said things on my stream where it's like afterwards, like that was a bit over the line. I think everybody does that. My personality to entertain people that I wouldn't have any amount of success, and that is really hard to come to terms with. I was being very bigoted in a lot of my videos, and I justified it because I didn't take it too serious, and I thought that people would see that I had good intentions, but that's so silly, casual racism is still racism, casual bigotry is still bigotry. I think there's a lot of nuances, and so let's talk about it. I think there is obviously a difference between edgy racism and actual racists. Have you guys ever been around an actual racist? Like somebody who legitimately thinks that, like different races are inferior? Absolutely. And it is a very uncomfortable feeling. I think that they do a disservice to people by conflating an edgy for an edgy content creator trying to appeal to an audience of edgy 14-year-olds as the same thing as actual racists. I think that they are two very, very different things. And I said a lot of things that I look back at and I cringe now. That is an awful thing to say. This is actually something Dave Chappelle actually mentioned on his show. It's one of the reasons why he took a break from doing comedy is that he said that some of the people in the audience were laughing a little bit too hard at his racial jokes. And this is the problem with creating racial humor, is that if you, like for example, so I made this video, oh god, so I know So I made this video right here, okay? And it was as one gets canceled again, and it was like how women ruin the internet. And so like the girl tweeted at me about it, she thought it was funny, right? This is a girl years, and she tweeted to me about it. It was funny, but you had people in the comments of that tweet that thought that it was legitimately true. Because the problem is that there are people that think that women ruin the internet. They actually think this. So the problem is that whenever you make content that is satirical, there will be certain people who don't take it that way. They will take it at face value. Another great example of this is Colbert Report. Like my dad and I used to watch the Daily Show with Jon Stewart would come on, and then after that was the Colbert Report. And there would be people who would watch them, conservatives, who completely agreed with everything he said. Because it was like, yeah, definitely, absolutely. And that's just how it was. And they didn't understand that it was satire. They just thought that, Stephen was just telling it how it was. I don't think satire not existing would make people who believe it not believe it. You don't think satire not existing would make people believe it and don't believe it? very uncomfortable thing. And it's like, to a certain extent, you know, you cultivate that environment, and that's the way people are going to behave, because that's where they, you know, that you're making an ecosystem for them. So yeah, then that was Ian's problems with his content. It attracted actual racists and incels, and I think that's really what I'm saying, is that I think that it's very fair, and I feel like it's extremely disingenuous to not contextualize somebody making an edgy racial joke versus somebody who is a genuine racist that holds fundamentally racial, like, racist beliefs. Like, these are two very different things, but the problem is that whenever you make content for one group, you get the other group. So I think that's what he's talking about. Why does it matter if the effect is the same? Because intent matters intent matters in all ways. Intent is like the fundamental of if somebody is guilty. It's the difference between like manslaughter and murder. It's the intent. Intent matters more than almost anything. It doesn't matter what my intention is. Hurting them, I'm hurting them. You know, who the fuck knows what my intentions are? Like, sarcasm and like jokiness and joking tone only goes so far, especially over the internet. Even in real life, that's like an impossible thing to know with 100% certainty. I've just always had this dumb philosophy that I'm not responsible for, you know, my audience. And I think that's true to an extent. I don't think a content creator is directly responsible for what their audience does, but I don't think it's a 0% or 100%. I think that, like, if you can draw a connection, it's a lot more relevant than if you can't. Because whenever you have, like, for example, I guarantee that there are people that watch my stream that are, there's at least one person who watches my stream that's absolutely. And there's a good chance that somebody watches my stream and they are in. I'm serious. I'm always. Does that mean that I have attracted this person by the nature of my content? Not necessarily, no. But I think that if you keep having the same thing happen, and you're making content that you can clearly see a, you know, logical correlation of how this would happen, I think it makes a lot more sense. Because, like, in the same level, right? People that watch League of Legends are probably more likely to to play League of Legends, right? Then, like, you take the general population of people that watch streams, and then you take the general population of people that watch League streams. Guess what? The people that watch League streams are probably way more likely to play League. So I don't think that this is a 100% or a 0% situation.
How they behave beyond what content I put out. And that's stupid. And it's linked to a lot of hate and a lot of bad outcomes. And I just want to make it clear that I am absolutely responsible for my audience. And
I think that one thing that I think what happened here, and this is kind of what I like offhand, I don't really know if this is true, but I and Ian probably have a lot of negative So, like, I mean, it's not like I hadn't seen any of them, right? I mean, I know he said, like, bad, like, slurs in the videos, made content comps on people, but I mean, he was making content comps on people like Kbps, right? It's like he was making content comps on, you know, some disabled person in a wheelchair that's just trying to raise money for charity. So keep in mind, you know, he was making content comps on other assholes, basically.
You know, indoctrinating more people. I'd like to unlist the videos so that people, you know, can access them still for whatever, you know, purposes they might want to do that for.
I think that's fair. You know, like for me, I never really delete videos. I think I've probably deleted a few of them, sure. But for the most part, I don't really delete videos because it's like, that's just what I did, right? I mean, like, it might not be what I do now, but it's what I did then. And I think it's disingenuous to sometimes delete videos because in a lot of ways, like, showing personal growth is something that on the internet is extremely nuanced. Because people, I would say a lot of times, like, people don't want to see personal growth because they subscribe to the person that was there before the personal growth happened. So unless these same people had that same type of personal growth, then they're going to be unhappy with that personal growth because now this person isn't what appeals to them. So I find it to be not great whenever people like to, you know, like rebrand themselves or completely change their image and be like, oh, this is now, I wasn't like this anymore, or, you know, oh, well, I didn't do this, or oh, this wasn't me, or anything like that, like, or pretend like it didn't happen. I think, like, yeah, that's, there it is, it's right there. That's what it was. And I think that honestly, you know, the way I look at it is, you know, it's almost like a service to give people the opportunity to see the progression of a person's life in an authentic way. And that doesn't just include showing all the good parts. It shows the bad parts too, because oftentimes the bad parts are more important and more formative than the good parts.
But it's not being proliferated on the website. I feel like that.
Sorry, I paused again. Somebody made a comment I want to respond to. Trashing your old content like this is dumb. You're basically attacking your existing fan base who started watching it because of those videos. Well, it's not dumb to him. He doesn't like those videos anymore, so he's saying they're bad. I think that's super fair. Like, and it's also like it's his right to say that. I'm sure there's musicians that don't like their old music that everybody likes, and you know, I'm sure this has happened in many cases.
That's the best solution, at least for the time being. And for anyone who liked those videos, I want this video to be an example and a lesson for you. You know, you can like content, you can also think that it's irresponsible and it's hurting other people.
Oh yeah, like watching bump fights. Yeah, we used to watch bump fights in high school. It was awful.
And just tap into that part of your brain that's saying like, oh, okay, it's probably not that important.